Hello, everyone. Now we have reached the final part of our course, which is Electromagnetism Laboratory. Okay, so since from the beginning of this course, we had talked about electrostatics, electricity, as well as magnetism. And during the midterm part, we had talked about electromagnetic waves. Okay, so for finals, you will only have one more thing to do, and that will be the last thing that you're going to do for this course. We will not be having our final exam, but you will be writing a paper for you to finish this course. Okay, so the paper is being divided into three submissions. So you have more than enough time in order for you to finish this formal report. Okay, so you're gonna submit the first part of the paper on May 15, the second part on May 22, and the last part on May 29. And that's it, okay, for electromagnetism laboratory. Okay, so allow me to share with you my screen for you to take a look on what are we going to have so that we will be on the same page. Okay, so here we go. For our final again, we will be writing a formal report, and this is in the form of a technical report. Okay, so when we say technical report, that is different from all the reports that you had written, okay, because you are going to take a look at the scientific approach of the report. Okay, since this is science, since this is electromagnetism, we are going to have a lot or talk about um, more sciences in this one. Okay, so for the first part, you are going to submit your research proposal. Okay, so let us take a look on the instructions that we have for your proposal for your formal report or technical report. So again, this will be due on May 15. Your research proposal must be in 300 to 400 words. All right. So your topic will be the usefulness of electromagnetic waves, which are the binaural beats and isochronic tones, to meditation and law of attraction. So, if you have heard about meditation, if you have heard about law of attraction, well, this is being practiced, especially during the pandemic, that people are becoming very, very stressed with all the virtual endeavors that we are going, and also this virtual classes. Okay, so people get very stressed, and meditation and law of attraction has been proven to ease the stress of people. Okay, so it is actually mind conditioning of the brain waves, and these are being used by the binaural beats and isochronic tones, and these are electromagnetic waves. Okay, so you must narrow down a topic. So that is our main topic, the usefulness of binaural beats and isochronic tones to meditation. That is the main topic, and you may narrow down your topic to concentrate on a certain problem to be solved. So that is up to you already. Okay, as long as you do not go out from our main topic. Okay, so for this, in order for you to write your proposal, I have also inserted here how to write a proposal video from YouTube and a sample proposal video from YouTube also. Okay, so I know in your English, you already learned how to do that. Okay, so your proposal must contain the following: the summary, background, and the background must have the facts, so provide sufficient detail about the problem. They use specific engineering or applied science concepts. We already discussed since module 1 about applied science concepts in electromagnetism. And then you may describe the approach or methodology and include an effective hypothesis. And for the call to action, You request your instructor's approval rather of your topic and invite questions or feedback. So take note of the deductions or a grade of zero that you will have if you are not possible to have the significant length requirement, which is again 300 to 400 words. Failure to meet research requirement in terms of number and type of sources, failure to address a required or agreed upon topic or prompt, and evidence of plagiarism. Okay, so with this, I will be having your paper submitted to Safe Assign and turn it in. So in LaSalle, it is called Flag Scan. Okay, so we have that software. We will upload your paper in that software and we will learn that you are not using your own words, taking words from the internet or taking words from other work of students. Okay, so kindly do away with plagiarism. Okay, and the rubric is also attached, so you may take a look at the rubric. All right. So that is for the proposal of your formal report or technical report that is again due on May 15. Okay. So you have more than enough time to, okay, stay in the call. Okay. So you have more than enough time to do that. All right. So next, for the following week, you are going to submit the second part of your technical report, which will be the graphics or your research data. Okay, so what will be here in your research data? What should you include in your research data? For your research data, you must have graphics. Okay, these graphics include the charts, tables, diagrams, or illustrations to communicate the information that you had gathered visually. Okay, so you share 2 to 4 graphics which you plan to include in your formal report. Okay, since you will be doing your research about the usefulness of the binaural beats and isochronic tones to meditation. Of course, in your research, you will find out a number of studies with regard to the topic, and you are going to include that data. Okay, so you do not have to create your own data. You do not have to create your own chart table, diagrams, or illustrations. Just get the graphics from the researches or from the studies that you had did, okay, or that you had done rather. All right, so you must cite or you must do proper citation for you to do that. Okay, and the citation must be in APA style. So in your graphics, the figure title must be there. Again, the source, you cite the source. If you have created the graphics, you do not have to do your own graphics. Just borrow from another source and don't forget to give citation in APA style. Okay, so include the figure number and of course a short explanation of the graphic. Okay, for the graphics, you post them on the discussions board and your classmates, okay, you post the graphics and ask a question to your classmates about the graphics or ask them to suggest any revisions which may improve the graphics. Okay, so your classmates must comment on the graphics that you have researched for your formal report. Okay, and the same way you also comment on the work of your classmates. Again, you do not create your own graphics. Just borrow information from the sources that you have and do proper citation using APA style. I know you know what is APA style. And finally, for our last module, module 9, which is the technical report itself, the whole paper that you did, okay? So you have the whole paper to be submitted on May 29, 2022. There will be no extension for the submission of your final paper because all the modules had been published 2 to 3 weeks prior to the due date or the deadline. Okay, so how are you going to write the formal report with your um, technical report? Okay, so first you have your problem, right? Okay, you have that in your research proposal, and then you apply the technical methodology, and then you present the results again. That is from the second part that you had submitted, the data from the research that you had done, and you draw your conclusions and make recommendations if applicable. So the structure will be um, the technical report rather will be evaluated in three areas: report structure, content quality, as well as the format. So what would be our format? First, you have the title page, the declaration of authorship. For the declaration of authorship, copy and paste this part. All right. So and then you state your name here, confirm that, and so on and so forth. Okay. And don't forget, everything must be in your own words. This is a declaration of self authorship. That means it must be in your own words. Okay. And this, for this final report, okay, this is done solo. Okay. Because this is your practice in doing your thesis. So, again, plagiarism is unethical. Okay, so everything must be in your own words. And again, I will upload your paper in Safe Assign and turn it in so that I will know if you had taken your sources from the internet word for word, and if you have taken your sources from other students' work. Okay. So your report must have the abstract, table of contents, list of illustrations, the graphics that you have. Okay. Introduction, the design section, if applicable. Okay. The results, data analysis, the graphics that you have, conclusion, recommendation, and of course the list of references. The list of references again must be in APA style. And lastly, the appendices. All right. So you have again the rubric for your formal report. So that's it for your finals. Again, I want you to concentrate on writing your paper properly, and we are not going to have our final exam for laboratory anymore. All right. So again, Module 7 is the proposal. Submit your research proposal on May 15. Do your work before the deadlines because I will not be entertaining your questions with regarding on the submissions 48 hours before the deadline. Okay. Now, the following week, the due date for the graphics of your technical report, the charts, the tables, the data that you're going to include. Okay, so that would be on May 22. And lastly, for the whole paper, it will be on May 29. So don't forget the due dates. Again, there will be no extension. And you must submit your paper on the rightful places. You must submit on the rightful places wherever they belong on module 7, 8, or 9, and failure to submit on the rightful places, meaning zero grade for that submission. Okay, so thank you very much for bearing with me this whole semester for our course Electromagnetism Laboratory. And I will be looking forward for your submissions.